Hey everybody, it's Matt. It's been a long time since we did a car seat review, and today we're taking a look at the Evenflo Revolve 360. Now in a way, I kind of wish this was the car seat that I had when my daughter was a baby. She's 7 now, so she won't be participating in this review at all. But what I really wanted to show you first off is why it's called the Revolve, because it's an all-in-one seat that allows you to simply revolve it from rear to front facing with a quick latch. Now, since this is an all-in-one seat, it comes with a 10-year expiry, and it's good not only for the infant phase, but the forward-facing phase as well as the booster phase, and there's different ways that you can go about doing that, but it all centers around this base. All right, so as I mentioned, everything centers around the base here, and what you're gonna have to do before you install this in any phase is remove the seat from the base. So to do that, there are 2 handles here. You only need to pull one up. So what you do here is you pull this flap up, and you have it so that this arrow and the arrow on the base here align, and then you pull the seat off. All right, so here on the base, this is kind of the centralized point of your installation. So you see back here, you have the opportunity to do belt pathing with seat belt paths here. There are your typical tethers here. So there's the top tether here that's stored here in your universal anchor tether system. Now, depending on which way you're installing, whether it's for rear facing or for forward-facing or booster, Evenflo does have some different preferences, which I'll talk about in the blog. So the central point of all of this installation is around this lever here. So when you lift this here, you'll see that this goes from green to red. This is where you're going to be feeding your seatbelt pathing in, and if you're using the universal anchor tether system, that's fine. What you're going to be doing with all of these essentially is you're going to be placing one hand down on the base like this as you put everything into place, and as you feed your belt path through, you want to close the lever till it clicks, and then you see that it turns green. And once you've installed it on the base, once you've installed it into your vehicle itself, you obviously want to do a quick shake test to make sure that you get less than an inch of movement, or around an inch of movement, well, no more than an inch of movement on either side, and then you continue with the seat installation from there. So let's get the car seat back onto the base. So once again, you're going to align this red arrow with the white arrow on the base, and it should slide in fairly easily. And from here, just slide your seat into place until you hear a click. You'll know it's done when the indicator here turns green. Now, if you're rear facing your seat, there are 4 different reclining phases which can be adjusted through this top latch here. If you're forward facing, it's just the one, and if this goes into, forward facing with the harnesses, it's just one, and then if you're into booster seat mode, it's just the one as well. All right, so I'd just like to show you really quickly how to recline the seat when it's in rear facing mode. So everything is back here. What you're gonna do is you're quickly going to make sure this is set to rear facing with the click, and it's right here. So what you'll do is you'll pull this up, and you can recline it in different phases here. Now, obviously you do wanna make sure that the seat's level to your seat itself, and so there's a little level indicator here that will show you whether your seat's level or not, and you'll just want to follow the instructions that are there. Last thing we're going to do in the review today is just do a quick install of the base, and as I've mentioned, if you're going to be doing rear facing or forward facing with the harness, you want to make sure that you're using your top tether here as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the universal anchor tethers, and we're going to do an anchor tether installation to start. All right, so I'm going to spare you the time it took me to fix these into the universal anchor tether spots, and so they're already hooked up to the UAS. So what you're going to want to do at this point, and by the way, I've got the top tether here, you'll want to do this as the second part. So once you've got your UAS tethers in, you want to make sure that you tighten them in place. Okay, and once they're tightened, you put your hand down like this and fix it until you hear this click here, making sure again you do the shake test and make sure that you have about an inch of movement, well, no more than an inch of movement on each side. And then you're going to hook up your top tether here, and you pull this tight as well until it's in place. I'll just tuck that back there. Okay, and what I'm going to do now, before I put the seat back on, is I'm going to move this over to here to show you a quick belt path installation. Gonna do a quick lap and shoulder belt installation here. Make sure that you do pull the lever all the way up, because as I learned the hard way, if you put it up just here and it doesn't click up, it'll drop on your hand. It dropped on my thumb earlier. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna feed your belt path through here. And you're going to click your seat belt into place. Make sure that you have properly fed and flattened everything into the blue area here. All the while, make sure that you do pull the seatbelt tight here, and that the lap portion here is flat as well. Now, once that's done, you're gonna push your put your hand here to push this into place. Close down until this clicks green. And then the one thing that you want to do, you do your quick shake test to make sure that you have a safe amount of movement. And then you're going to want to lock your seat belt here. Now, every vehicle has different ways of locking seat belts. Thankfully in mine, you just have to pull it until you can't pull it any longer, and then slowly feed it back this way. And then you affix your top tether here. Okay, now that we've got the base in place, we're gonna put the seat back on. I'm gonna do it from this side here. So there's another arrow indicator on this side. So I'm going to line up my car seat with the arrows here. And then I'm just going to slide it into place. And I see the green indicator here showing that it's good to go. There's one more thing that I just wanted to touch on, and it's the number of pillows that you see here. So obviously this is set up for an infant, and the lower weight limit for this seat is 4 pounds. In rear facing, the upper weight limit is 35 pounds. In the forward facing with harness mode, it's 40 pounds. And once you get it out to a booster, it's up to 120 pounds. So one of the things that you'll be doing as a parent is, as your child moves into these different phases, you're gonna be pulling all of these different pillows and all these different cushions away to seat your child comfortably. Now, one thing that I'm gonna mention is back here, you'll see that there are storage paths. So as your child gets older, you'll be able to remove the harnesses and remove these buckles and store them. And there's even a buckle storage down here where you can take this buckle out completely and store it underneath. So once again, do keep in mind that the seat does have a 10-year expiration, which means that it is equipped to carry your child from infancy all the way until the time that they no longer need a car seat. So that was a look at the Evenflo 360. Thanks for watching this review. My name is Matt. Please keep an eye out for more car seat reviews like this one, and subscribe for more review videos. By the way, if at any point you need help with the installation, there's a QR code on the flap down here. All you have to do is point your camera to that, and it'll take you to all the instructional videos. Thanks for watching.